Steps Towards Maturity and Health is very creative, but unusually for a Disney educational short, I didn't think it was very good. This was released in 1969, was directed by Les Clark and written by William Bosche, and we have basically what happens when you grow up. I thought, based on the title, and maybe I was wrong to assume this, but I thought it would be actual steps one could take to become more mature and healthy, but it's not. It basically just looks at what happens when a child becomes a teenager and how they become more sociable and what that can look like. It's less saying these are things you can do and more this is what you can expect. And I guess you could argue that if somebody watching it isn't relating to what is happening, then either they're not at that level of maturity yet, or they need to make some changes in the way that they do things, but it doesn't necessarily tell you what those changes would be. So I don't think it's very good at all. And yes, one could argue that it's useful to show children what is going to happen or what is expected of them, what it would look like to have a healthy social life and be mature about things. But at the same time, there are many other videos from this time, and indeed from Disney, that I think fit that a little bit better. So I just don't think it worked very well. I feel like they had a brief and they didn't match it. They didn't do a very good job with matching it at all. There is a song in this, which is pretty good, pretty engaging song. The animation is brilliant. We have a couple of live action clips as well, although some of them seem very random, like they shouldn't really be there. So honestly, unusually for a Disney educational short, I think it's kind of weak. It's not very impressive. I feel like they don't know, I say they, the creators, I guess the writer and the director, they don't necessarily know what they were trying to achieve. And with that in mind, it didn't really achieve anything. So I don't think it's very educational. Yes, it can show children what social maturity might look like, but at the same time, if you don't indicate how to achieve that, what's the point? So they could have done so much more with this, but I just feel like they wasted time telling us about how babies are conceived with eggs and ovums, and all of that's just fluff that definitely didn't need to be in here. So not very interesting. The animation is really fun. The song in it is pretty good. But in general, compared to pretty much every other Disney educational short that I've seen, Steps Towards Maturity and Health just seems really badly done and ultimately a bit of a disappointment.